Right on, team. We are back in the garage. We're making this thing happen today. So we got day 5 of the quarantine for me. Life is good. We're surviving. Most importantly, today we're going to do some glutes. What that means for all of you is not a lot of equipment. I've got pink flamingos on today. It's raining outside. It's a little cold in the garage, but we're making things happen. Workout for today, we're going to go 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. We're going to go glute. Hold on, I'm turning the sound down on the computer where I'm looking at myself, making sure I'm in the screen. Hip thrusts on the bench with a 53-pound kettlebell. If you do it with body weight only, radical. Everything today is either with the kettlebell, if you have one, or body weight if you don't. So we're going 50 hip thrusts. I'm going to walk you through those so you know what's going on. Then we're going to go 50 deficit lunges, reverse lunges, so we're stepping back. And then we're going to go 50 curtsy squats. If you've never done these, we're talking outside glutes, right? We're going to do that 50, 50, 50, 40, 40, 40, all the way down, 30, 20, 10. We're going to beat our legs up. We're going to grow massive glutes. It's going to be radical. And then if you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, we're going to finish it off with 100 swings with the goal to be to go unbroken. We're just going to close our eyes. We're going to just squeeze our butt, push our hips through. It's going to be great. Cool? So 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. In between rounds, I'll be coming over just to kind of check it out. If you're watching, make sure you tell me where you're from, what you're doing. We have the live Zoom cam up as well. You probably don't have the link to that, but if you have any questions on what's going on, I'll be able to get to them in between each round. So I'm going to go 50 straight through, answer questions, 40 straight through, answer questions. We're going to do a little bit of an intro on how to do each movement, what to look for, and then we're going to grow massive glutes. Let's do it. So for the hip thrusts, if you have the ability, you can put your feet up on the plate here. Your shoulder blades are basically going to be the only thing on the bench. If you're doing it on a couch, that's rad too. Up to you. And what we want to do, finding our glutes, squeezing all the way. Make sure that chin, try and get your chin to touch your chest. This is going to create some hyperextension, and we don't want that in the low back. So as soon as we tuck our chin, our pelvis rounds, and we're squeezing our butt as tight as we can to the top. You want this flat tabletop at the top. For those of you that are going to be using the kettlebell, you want to put it right on your hips, so that's where we're going to be focused. For the reverse lunges, if you have a kettlebell, awesome. Holding it here, just stepping back to a deficit. A blue plate is right about 3 or 4 inches, all the way down, all the way up, alternating until we hit 50. For the curtsy squats, you may or may not have ever done these, but we're going to be on top. And I just want you dropping your knee down to your heel on the other side. So it's down here and up. You're reaching back, so you're getting a big stretch out here in this outer glute, and then stand back up. Cool? Pretty simple stuff today. All in the glutes, all in the hips, and I'll take a little break. We'll be coming over. Oh, I get a break already. Look at that. I love it. Mexico. Love that. Hello. Full body workout. Please let us know at home. This is the full booty workout. Not full body, but full booty. Yeah, come do this with me. It's going to be radical. So here we go. Round of 50. Let's get it. on the curtsy squats because they're a lot harder. Just so you know. You should do the same unless you're super jacked. Woo! Oh, there it is. Set of 50 down. See about 20 of you guys on here. Come and hang out. It's a pretty good little crew we got. So let me know where you're at, where you're from. And I'm going to catch my breath for a minute. And pray the 40. So make sure when you're doing this, you really want to think about that hinge and then squeezing your butt really at the top. That's the thing that we start to see the most, is that once you get tired, that overextension piece, because the neck flies up, the chin flies out. Once the cervical spine breaks and you get this movement, then just down the chain all the way thoracic gets weird, and lumbar gets even weirder, moving into L4, L5, S1, all that fun stuff. That's pretty much 100% of the low back problems, because people just don't stack their spine properly or keep it neutral during the movement. So make sure when you're doing the hip thrusts, or anything for that matter, you'll see me holding these two positions when I'm doing the lunges, if I'm not holding onto the kettlebells. And the reason I do that is just to make sure that my core is engaged the entire time. You can feel your abs while you're moving and breathing, and you want to make sure that you're stabilizing while breathing at the same time. So it's maintaining core stability, maintaining flexion in your abs, and bracing all at the same time while you're moving and breathing. So just a little thing to think about. We're going to get after it now. 40 of them, round 2. Nobody asked a question. That means I get a break. Oh, that's a lie. Hold on. Senior. So my body weight is IZ. That's interesting. 5'10" and a half. How much protein should you take? I don't know. 87 kilos. Should be, it's like 185. So 185 grams of protein a day. Somewhere between 160 and 200, depending upon your goal. Keep muscle mass 70% per pound. Yeah. 1 pound or 1 gram per pound body weight. Oh. That was a hard set. 40 and 30 are always brutal. Oh, that's so good. So 50 and 40 down. And that's 80. 30, 20, and 10. Once you get done with any of these descending ladders, 50 to 10, once you get done with the first rounds, 50 and 40, you're like 60% of the way there, which is always like a pretty rad realization once you get into the whole thing. We're going to be wrapping this thing probably right at 30 minutes, which is a good guess. I got 30, 20, and 10 left. I like to get all 30 of these unbroken. I'm going to go 30 straight, and then 10, 10, 10, alternating arms, then to a goblet squat. And then we should be able to knock out 30 of the curtsy squats. So here we go. All right, team. Oh, legs are starting to bark. We got 20 and 10, 30 total reps. Should be able to get through these pretty quick, but if you're doing this at home, a couple things you want to think about. Making sure that the glutes are always the thing that you're using to stand up. So really developing the brain-body connection and focusing on the contraction in your glutes. The glutes do a couple things. One, they extend the hip. That's really the big function, right? So if you have a strong ass, you have a strong squat. There's a reason for all that. It's because you have to stand up, and to get your hips through, your glutes have to squeeze or flex, and then that's how you stand up. So that's a big piece of it. That's why we want to do this up-down thing. But we can also isolate, and the hip extension and the hip thrust is a really good way to kind of see that. And also externally rotating the femur so that the knee tracks over the toe when you come down into those curtsy squats and then the lunges. If you ever see people with a lot of knee pain, yes, your knee is supposed to go past your toe when you squat or go down. But it's kind of why we do reverse lunges, so you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to go over your knee. It just does if you're doing a barbell squat or squatting in general to full depth. But if you do a reverse lunge, you can kind of get past that sticking point if you've got really tight ankles, and it makes it a little bit more glute focused. So yes, you 100% are supposed to have your knee over your toe when you squat, especially if there's a barbell on your back. But you can bypass that, keep your knee back, keep it behind your toe while you're doing the lunges. And if you have a knee issue, you're totally going to be able to bypass it. It's going to be great. That's why we do this stuff. Round to 20. Last one. I'm gonna let everybody know right now, big secret. I talked at the beginning of the show about doing a cash out, 100 Russian swings. That's done. I'm tired. I ran a boot camp at the house yesterday for a little active recovery and getting the humans together because humans are awesome. That's why we do fitness. This is kicking my ass. I don't want to be in and out of here in 30 minutes, just like the movie says. So that's the goal. That's a wrap, my friends. We'll be back tomorrow, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, with a kettlebell or body weight. We're going hip thrusts, reverse lunges from a deficit, and skater plot or curtsy squats. Make sure you squeeze your butt, keep your ribs down, abs on. Let's get strong.